It's your favorites, Avid
and Zeke. Woo, woo, woo. That's right. No D.
Where's Dem? Yeah, he's not here.
Man, must be tired from all that work he's doing.
He said he's working 7 days straight. So I think we're just gonna have AZ going forward.
Woo woo! Finally, the plan's actually working.
Yes.
But Big D, can you still edit everything?
Yeah, please. Love you, bro. Dempsey couldn't be here with us today. Even though we just recording a little prelude today.
Yeah.
The episode that you're gonna hear, I think, was recorded, I want to say beginning of March.
Like a while back.
Right before all the Rona drama.
For the lockdown. Yeah.
Right. So we about to give y'all some tips from the minds of ADZ.
Whoop, whoop.
How to save your coins.
Save that money.
How to save your Trump check. Save that, yeah.
Gotta save that money.
Right. Or maybe they could donate. Donate to us?
Donate to us. Or, hey, if you want, donate to some of these other charities right now for the PPE stuff or food.
That's true.
And if, you know what? How about this? If you guys even do donate to us during this time, we'll put it forward, or pay it back or whatever it's called. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Pay it forward. There we go.
If anybody donates to us, I'll double what they donate. And, I don't know. We'll give it to some charity.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
So, or put their money back into the economy, too. Apparently, we need that help. So.
Yeah. I have total authority.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yes.
No, I have total authority.
Yeah, you do. Of course. You run the whole world.
No, I'm king. I'm king.
Oh, goodness. That might be enough for our little commentary.
Yeah, that's it.
So please, enjoy the podcast and,
subscribe, rate 5 stars, and we see y'all on the flip side.
All right.
I'm Avid.
I'm Zeke.
And Dempsey somewhere.
Yeah, he's doing something. Who knows?
Yeah, I think he's working. I think he's making money so we could afford to pay our podcast bills.
Big D. Shout out to Big D.
Yeah. Whoop, Big D.
I don't know where I'll be without the Big D.
What's up, everyone? It's Avid from A to Z. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode. We truly appreciate the love and support so far. And if you haven't loved and supported us so far, it's a good time to do so. It means a lot to know that you're spending time listening to our nonsense. And if you aren't already, please be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at ADZ_podcast. You can also send us an email at adz.pod@gmail.com if you want to get in on the conversation or give us an idea of what you think we should talk about next. But do me a favor right now and stop what you're doing. Stop completely. Okay? Have you stopped? Great. Rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts right now. Leave us a comment and subscribe so you'll know when A to Z drops. Once again, this is Avid from A to Z, and I hope you enjoy this week's episode. Peace.
You are now listening to A to Z, the podcast with no authority.
Live.
Can't wait to get this Chinese food, guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, bro, you look hungry.
I'm starving.
You're not.
What you mean? How you gonna tell me how I feel?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what's going on in his stomach.
I do.
You do?
I do.
Explain to me how.
Yeah, I know you're hungry.
Wait.
You're not starving. It's different, right?
Hungry for that knowledge.
I'm starving.
Stick with me,
for that
kid.
Chicken.
And rice?
And rice.
And fries?
And fries.
We're like, why, are we going to talk about it? We're going to talk about it.
We're gonna talk. Well, why are we gonna talk about my food?
Because you mentioned Chinese food. I didn't mention it.
He didn't mention it.
All right, so we only have about 40. What it says, 45 minutes before the Chinese food gets here.
Yeah.
Oh.
See here?
Our
he's
intern.
here.
He left.
Oh.
Max.
That's
he's
not the Chinese guy.
Yo.
Max left.
Should we start?
Yeah. I love them, but they're a little off.
That's funny.
That's all right.
Alright,
So if
now
y'all ain't know,
10%.
I'm here. I'm Avid.
Oh, hey, Avid.
I'm Dempsey.
Hi, Dempsey. Oh, and I'm Zeke.
Yeah, killing the boy, killing the hands.
Yeah.
So,
So in the current theme of episodes, we wanted
What's
to
up?
talk about like saving some money.
That dinero.
Right.
That guap.
So like y'all heard my
Bricks.
pops talk
Stacks.
about it. If you listen to the last
One of those
episode or
podcasts.
two, I don't know when it came out right now.
You know, you listen, you know.
Right. Hope you listen. If not, go back and listen.
Yeah, and shout out to
Yeah.
y'all.
Shout out to Big G, my pops. He said you should probably like save like 10% of your income or something like that.
Yeah, 10%.
Pretty much.
That's actually like reasonable, I think.
Yeah, pretty much like you should be saving income. So like, God forbid there is an emergency, you have 3 to 6 months to fall back on. You know, because like
Yeah.
I hear that we may be falling back into a recession and stuff
Oh,
like that.
no.
I don't think anything's confirmed, anything's certain, but it can happen. So y'all definitely should be saving up money or getting a job, Zeke.
Word, Dempsey.
all right. So, I'm glad we're talking about saving money.
It's a recession-ish depression.
I don't have a problem saving money. I always have money put away.
Word.
My mom always says that you should always, even if you are tight, you should always be able to rob from Peter to give to Paul. Essentially, what that means, and you touched upon this a little.
I did.
It was like in the last episode, well, the episode where we had, where we
I
talked
did.
about taxes.
Yes.
Sometimes it's hard to pay other bills because you wanna focus on keeping a roof over your head.
Yeah.
And my mom always says the number one thing, if you have a roof over your head, that's the number one thing. You always have to make sure. Even if there's no food in the fridge, always make sure there's a roof over your head.
Yeah, like you need a place to
Stay.
Come
Absolutely.
on.
Saving money is key. Not everybody can always afford to do it, but it's a great habit to get into. So my question was for you guys.
Yes.
When did you guys first realize the value of saving money? Two-part question. When did you start to save money? And then also, what was the first thing that you spent your saved money on? Or that you were looking, well, you were saving for, rather.
Sure. I can tackle this one first if you like.
Sure.
The first thing I saved money for was my first car. So I was like, yo, I want a car. So I will, from school, thankfully, I would get some refund checks.
The refund checks.
Yeah. So instead of being like these other teenagers just blowing it for, I want to say for like 3 years, like 90% of that check went into the savings. I did not touch it. So I was able.
Also, this was a year. This was a years long process. It wasn't like you just saved 1 year and you said, "Oh, we get a car."
Right, because I wasn't getting, bro.
That's a big check.
I wasn't getting like exactly. I wasn't getting like 10 G's. I was getting maybe like a couple hundred, so maybe like 700, maybe like 600. Nothing.
You would put it away.
I put it away. Yeah, maybe I took 100 for myself. I don't know. Maybe I took $50 for myself, but like I saved the majority of it. That way, and I got my first car when I turned 21. I was able to get my first car, and I didn't have to like, I didn't get a small loan of $1 million. Damn. And
You want one of those?
No shade thrown.
yeah, I didn't. Nah, but like I
That's
didn't
$1
get
million
like a small
though.
loan. Instead, like my dad for my birthday, he gave me like some money to pay for like the registration and stuff like that, like some fees. But like I can gladly say that like I paid for like my first car. Nobody like bought it for me and stuff like that. So that was the first time I decided to save up for something. But then I did it a little more systematically, which I don't think is the best way to save, but it's a cute way to save. In 2013, I decided I'm gonna save per the week in the year. So the first week you save $1, second week $2, etc., etc. So every week it does get harder. You know, when you're up to week 30, you save.
Oh, you did. That's like a challenge. You did that.
Yeah.
I did that. Yeah.
And how much you ended up with at the end?
I don't
What's
know the
total?
exact number. I know it's over $1,000 though that you save at the end of the year. I think what I would do is do it from reverse if I'm gonna do it, because it gets harder
way
as
down.
like Christmas comes and New Year's comes, and Thanksgiving comes, and all the events
Birthdays.
comes, right?
Oh, that's
both
so
of y'all
smart.
birthdays.
You're right.
Yeah, so I think it'd be easy if we do 52, 51, 50, etc. I thought about starting it this year, but I mean, generally I still save. I try to save at least like 100 to 150 every check.
Ah.
Yeah, it just I don't think that's an unreasonable amount
No,
to
that's-
save.
I feel like $150. That's like That's probably a good, just to put something away.
Yeah, it's to put something away.
When I was working at, my previous employment, like consistently.
Years ago.
Yes. I would say every check it would be 50. So it was always
standard amount.
Yeah,
okay.
just something. I just made sure, like, if I need it, like, I can always go. And then after a while, in 1 month, go have 100. 2 months, 200. It just starts piling up. But I can't. I don't know if like I saved enough for like one big
thing
purchase.
What did you do with the money? Or you still have it?
Oh, that money's gone now, bro.
You guys have been working, bro.
I was gonna say, it's a good thing I did save all that money, though. It saved me a lot, and I probably would be in a pretty bad position if I didn't save all that money right now.
How about you, D?
So, I like the idea, and I've always tried to stand by the 10% from your paycheck.
Okay,
I think that's always reasonable. That's a perfect percentage, because that means you don't, like, let's say if like I work in a job where I don't get paid. I have consistent work, but I don't get consistent pay. So one pay cycle I'll work a certain amount of days, and next cycle I might work more, I might work less. So
fluctuates.
10% is always doable. It's not like 50. Not to say the $50 isn't always doable.
Yeah,
but
no.
Some days, some checks I'll be able to save more. Some checks I'll be able to save less. But I'm always saving. I think that's the most important thing. And I didn't start to realize that till I was a little bit older. Not to like I started working in the movie theater, and I remember like my very first check was for $43.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't say 50 from
I
that.
really
Was that like 2 hours of work?
I started but the reason why I know is because I started on like an odd week.
Yeah.
And I only used to because I was a minor when I was working, so that I could only work
you had that
like
card
2 or
and
3
all
days
that.
a week. So I started on an odd week, so I only got paid for 1 day. So that was my 1 day of work, and it was only for 4 hours. Yes, my
What were
shift
you
was
getting
on-
paid?
Jeez. And that was after taxes,
Oh my god,
right?
$7.25 was minimum wage when I started working.
I'm blessed.
Yo, isn't that
My
crazy?
first job,
I was
like that I
saying.
got paid. So I was working at like a camp counselor job. I don't know how
Me
much I was
too.
getting paid because it
was
wasn't
there.
like off the books. They cut me a check, but like I never got like
Wasn't it like,
I never filed like taxes.
was it
for
10, 13?
I was like 16.
I think.
Did they tell you not to? I think we should ask your father about like
We'll bring him back.
when can you file taxes? Because when I was younger, my parents were like, "Oh, don't
They
worry, you don't have
claim
to
you.
file this year."
Yeah,
claim
parents
you.
would claim you.
It honestly,
those
it makes
bastards.
no, bro. It's
not worth it, really.
it's not worth you to
No,
claim
it really
yourself
isn't.
because
No,
they get
yeah.
more. Yeah. So like up until like a certain age, my dad claimed me too because it would be more of a refund for him to claim me than me doing it myself because I made like $1,000. That's nothing.
Yeah, that's like-
my
they'll
first
laugh at
job
you.
though on the books. I made $10 an hour where everybody I knew was making like whatever minimum wage is $7.25,
Yeah.
$7.50. I was hyped.
I was like, whoop, whoop.
What? Yeah, I was hype. I remember my bank account was making like it was sustained around 4 figures in the checking account. My checking account don't really have 4 figures now. So.
It had.
It
Past
had.
tense.
I mean, like when I get paid, it does, but bills.
That
But
day.
never. You know what? Public service announcement: never
Yes,
grow up.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
Stay
stop.
young. Don't get bills.
Yeah,
Stay
if you're a
unemployed.
teenager, stop growing right now.
That's what Zeke's doing, bro. He's staying
Stay young.
Well, I missed it. What
You're
happened?
staying young. You're staying.
Stay young,
I
bro.
look young, but I ain't staying young.
We are young.
No, so that's the one thing that still blows my mind, that how much minimum wage is pretty much doubled since.
Well,
Yeah.
in New York City,
New York
it's
City.
now 15.
But there are other
Yes, it
states
is.
that it is still less. So
Yeah.
that blows my. I don't understand.
But like, and it's
service
only the
job,
boroughs.
really.
It's not even New York State.
You're right. You're absolutely right. The world expects us to make a living out of such little. Like New York City, the cost keeps on rising.
For sure.
And it's like everywhere else. It's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure
15 is cute, but it ain't sustainable.
No, but other states are able to make it, but there's just a total inequality. I think we can all agree across the board
Yeah.
throughout the United States.
I think I've said it on the pod. Like, I would like to get out of New York City. Like, for instance, I was looking, I think in Georgia.
Oh, Georgia's the
below,
spot, bro.
like, the cost of living.
Bro,
Like,
you
it's
get a
not-
house.
Like, living in New York, we're above the average cost of living of here in the U.S. But there are states where you can live below the average. I mean, obviously, you're going to get paid less, but if you're
You'll be able to
living-
make more.
Yeah,
But you're able,
can
you're
extend
able to
it.
live.
Yeah.
You're able to live a little better because the cost of living is below the average in the U.S. So.
All right, fine. You don't make like, let's just give it around like a good number. Like, let's say you don't make 70, right? Let's say
Okay.
you make around 60, and then you buy a house. Probably have to pay. It's probably like a mortgage is going to
Mortgage
be
is
less,
so much cheaper.
The freaking the interest is gonna be low as well. Gas is low already. So it's like it kind of works itself out, even though if you're not getting paid the big bucks, but you're not living in a spot where you need to pay all that money.
Right.
And it
Even
just
car
sucks.
insurance will be cheaper and stuff like
everything,
that.
bro.
Because just living here in the Bronx, like
Even
car
in the
insurance
Bronx,
is
that's
wild,
the crazy
bro.
part.
Right,
It's like,
we
we're
don't
not
even
in
live
the
like
city.
in Harlem or Midtown or something like that.
Or the cool Brooklyn, you know.
Williamsburg.
Yeah. Like,
You're
it
not a
doesn't make any
hipster.
sense, like, how that happens.
Yeah, it's just wild.
It just blows my mind. And you know what? That kind of goes back to what we were talking about, like saving money. Isn't it weird that, like, we think living here all our lives, we aspire to save money,
Yeah.
to live without burden.
Amen.
And the idea, the ideal way to do that is by moving away. Yet there are people that don't live in New York City, and like in these small rural towns, and they dream big,
They
and
wanna
they're
come
saving
here.
money
To come
here
To be
What?
broke.
I want to run away,
I
bro.
don't
But this
wanna
is
run
all
away.
I've known, you know?
I don't know if I could
I wouldn't say
live
officially
like that.
leave. I definitely want to buy, like, maybe a little
Have a
apartment.
away home?
Yeah, a little condo in Miami, right by the beach.
Somewhere warm.
Yeah.
Escape for like the winter.
Exactly.
But I feel like that also goes like with being maybe like self-employed, or because like if I'm here working, you know, my 9
can't
to
really
5,
do that,
exactly, I can't. But like, well, you know, once we blow up, we can record from anywhere. You know what I'm
Anywhere.
saying?
We don't
Yeah.
even have to see each other.
Ever.
I kind of would rather though see each other. It's more of a vibe.
Thank you.
Yeah. Especially you, Zeke.
Oh, thank you.
So, all right. So, you guys are the worst. So, all right. So, I want to stay on
the same
topic, okay? Because I do notice we're going a little off topic, talking about our dream homes and whatnot.
Florida.
Never moved to Florida.
Nah,
Miami.
What, you going to be old? You're going to get old quicker. I heard in Florida there's nothing to do.
Bro, I can just sit on
Don't
the
say
beach.
Disney. beach. Okay.
I'm talking about Miami.
Don't say beach.
Miami, not I'm not trying to go to
Miami,
Orlando.
not Miami.
No.
It's his Amy.
Yeah. Miami.
Okay.
No, I think that
North Beach. That's the spot to be, bro.
North Beach.
North
There's
Beach.
nothing to do in Florida.
Isn't there like a
except
party
to
environment?
just retire.
Isn't it like a party environment?
No, South Beach is.
Oh, South. Yes, South
That's where
Beach.
like all the clubs are.
North
the
Beach is where all the
bars,
trees are at, and the old people holding hands, like
all the outlets, bro. Nah, North Beach is quick enough. Like, well, it's just far away that like you're like away from all the nonsense. But if you want to go there, like what, 10 minutes? And the Uber's like super cheap.
What's the point of retiring? Save money. Don't take
Yo,
Ubers.
D, he's not even planning to have in the car. He's like, yo, the Ubers are cheap.
Bro, $2.
I'm a platinum member, or is he a diamond member? He could probably take a helicopter from.
Yeah, you're good.
Nah, I'm good.
Anyway,
So, all right.
continue, D.
Saving money. Talking about saving
to go to
money.
Florida.
I think that we
To the villas.
No.
We or
definitely,
you?
Definitely. I want to save money.
Yes.
Or I like to save money.
Yes.
But at the same time, I feel like
You got to stop buying 2 meals.
this is, it's a meal and a half.
Bam!
It's
Got him.
it's to get me through the day. No.
You save money to get you through the
Yeah,
day.
even if
Wow.
it's dinner, it's to get me through the day.
It's like so sad, bro.
I love the idea of saving money,
Bro.
about having money, but at the same time, this goes back to what your dad was saying.
What?
We're gonna die.
That
No,
is
we
You
are.
can't take it all with you. So
Yeah.
I feel like
It's a balance.
I like the idea of saving money, but look, Zeke is about to retire at the age of
Hey, man.
26.
Yo, shout out to Zeke.
I've been retired, bro.
He's working for him.
all
He's
makes
working
sense.
for himself, effective immediately.
Right now.
Yo,
This very moment.
yo, imagine he woke up one day, he got a letter of termination. I feel so betrayed.
He's like, yo, I fired myself.
I didn't even know I said that to
Yo,
me.
Zeke, this is mad random. I just thought of in The Grinch when he's like dinner with me. I can't cancel that again. Zeke's like, I'm gonna fire myself. I can't do that
We're
again.
gonna cut back on payroll.
There's only room for one employee.
I sit down in front of a mirror.
Right. Have a
talk.
talk to yourself.
Hello, Mr.
What happens
Zeke.
if the mirror talks back to you and you don't say anything here in the flesh?
No, we're not ready for that. That's a different pod, bro.
Past that conspiracy theory.
That's not a conspiracy theory. That's That's life. That's Ghost. Who killed?
Oh my god.
Who shot you?
Who shot Ghost? No, but in all seriousness though, like I like the idea of saving money, but like, all right, I have a wife and a kid that obviously the money will go to.
Of course,
but if you're somebody like Avid who doesn't.
Oh,
but let's imagine if I was
blame on.
Avid.
If I was a lonely goat.
Wow.
Oh my god, dang.
He called me lonely and a goat.
The greatest of all time, of course.
Right.
You're the lonely greatest of all time.
Thanks.
No, but you don't think about this? You don't think about that? You told me the other day
what?
you were thinking about like your mortality.
I do sometimes.
So all that saving money, that credit score, one day that could all mean nothing.
That's true.
And you don't worry
Means
about
nothing now,
like
really.
obviously you have family the money could go to, but
Right.
you don't worry that all this okay, let me take 10% or let me put this money
I mean,
away. It's
bro,
it's all for nothing?
But is it though?
now.
Like I feel like I'm still relatively young, whatever you want to say young is. Like I still have the opportunity to like get married and potentially start a family and leave it to them.
No, but I'm talking about like now.
Right
Like,
now.
So
right
like God
now.
forbid I passed away right now.
Don't. We're recording. You can't.
Right? No, I can't.
I know. And
I
who's
won't
gonna
let you.
actually sign this paper before you do that.
Yeah. I Avid dedicate
Yes.
all my earnings to Zeke.
Until the
Yes,
Chinese
thank
food comes.
Then it goes to D.
And his food too.
Yes. Oh, dude.
So you have 3 meals.
Yeah,
Then.
it's 2.5. All right.
No,
so-
but seriously though, like, there's a way of like you saving. You should save. Like, granted, like, yeah, we don't know how like long we have on this earth or whatever, but I feel like we should. At least I personally want to do is just get rid of all my debt, like student loans, credit, all that.
yeah, of course.
Like to zero. Like if I have to use a credit card just to use it, fine, whatever. But I really want to just have no debt.
Yeah.
And like if I have the money, I'll spend the money. I would rather do that, just because like I know it's so hard sometimes to not fall in that trap of getting caught with all the credit card stuff. You know, and then you can really save. Have that monkey off your back.
Well, how do you get there? No, I'm just kidding.
Spending money.
I agree. No, I agree. Dude, I totally agree. I'm glad you said that. My goal is I came into this world without debt. I would like to leave world without it, unless it's student loans. F that.
Shout out to Warren.
But like any credit card debt,
Warren.
any credit card debt, it's just like I agree. It's like it feels like. I hate to use the word again. It's a debt to society, even though it's not. But it's like
No, it
it's
stifles
kind,
you, bro.
It's kind of a way. It does stifle you. It does
Yeah.
stunt you. Sometimes it depresses me. I'm gonna be very quite honest.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus, man, I can't believe that I'm in this rut. But you know, it happens to more people than you'd believe.
Scary stuff.
And even though it's not a lot, but still, I feel like it's the only way to make things right. Not with the creditors, with myself. I feel like saving money is important, but also in addition to that, I feel like the best way to kind of settle. I don't even know how to put it, but just to square things off is to clean your own slate.
You know what's
I hear
super
you.
important though, which I don't think enough people do, like to budget your finances.
No, absolutely.
So
no, people
like if
plan.
you know you make X amount of dollars every check, put all pay yourself first. Pay yourself first, put that in the savings, whatever it is, and then pay your bills. And see what you have left over. See, can you save some more? Or maybe you want to save for like something else. Like you should save for yourself, and then maybe if you want to like go on vacation or something like that, maybe you could save for that. Or if there's like an extravagant item you want to buy, depending what it is. But you shouldn't be spending more than you're bringing in. Like that's something I think a lot of people do, and I've even done that sometimes. And like, oh, I'll put it on the card and I'll pay later. And
Later
like
comes.
I want to challenge myself to sometimes.
They
get
deduct
better
7
with
points of your credit score when you don't pay.
that. Yeah, I know. You
Yikes.
know those store credit cards, bro.
So, all right. So this is also something I wanted to talk about. So the idea of saving money, it's like a no-brainer, obviously, but it's also kind of gets a little complicated when you think about the world that we live in. That both there are different types of way to save money. I mentioned before, so you can do it in stocks, right? That's like the really long term.
Stocks and bonds. Yeah.
Cash.
Yeah, if you have a 401k,
But no, yeah, absolutely. Pension, cash, right? Most of us do it through checkings and savings because it's all digitized, right?
Yep.
When I personally save money, one thing I do, I do take my 10%, but I also put a little bit of cash on the side. Like I'm very old fashioned. Have a
Oh,
piggy
you
bank.
need at least some cash.
And it's crazy because we're living in an increasingly cashless world.
yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that? Like, Do you think it's as much as it's very important to save with a bank or
Digital
inside of a
money.
bank, because you can always pull that out as cash at some point? Do you think it's important to also save? Like I read, and I know you guys have a lot to say, but one last thing, I read a book one time.
One time?
One time.
Ooh.
That's last time.
That's
First and last.
one time. Or, and in the book, it was like this guy who died. You ever heard of Randy Pausch?
No.
He was
But
like
keep
this.
going.
He was like this speaker who his job was basically he delivered inspirational speeches, and he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and before he died, he delivered one final speech, and he literally created. It was a book too. I highly recommend you read. I think it's called The Last Lecture.
Is this an ad?
No, it's not.
Send
it's not an
your
app, but it's
money
one of
to
the.
this account.
It's one of the best books I've ever read.
Forever.
It's one of the best books I ever read, and he writes all
The Cat in
the
the Hat
best
is the best
advice
book.
he's ever given, and he compiles it in a book. And when I read the book, the number one thing he said, I always recommend you always keep at least, well, he said $200 on hand at all times, but I think you should always keep at least 20 to 100 at all time, because you never know, an emergency. If you have to take a cab, Uber may not always be there.
That's
you know?
true.
Will
No, I
always
hear
be
you.
there.
I have a little spot in my house where I hide my money.
Where
but
at?
It's always cash.
I was about to say the same thing. Where?
Where is that? Go ahead. But yeah, you got. I always try to have cash on me just in case, because you never know.
Like when you want to order Chinese food.
Or Chinese food, or whenever
meals.
you might need some cash. Like sometimes you want to. I don't want to say grease someone's palm or something like that, but it's cash speaks.
Yeah, I hear you.
Values.
Cash is king.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's always going to be relevant or utilized. Cash is always going to be utilized. It's people are always going to accept cash, and not claim that on their taxes.
Of course.
If they're paid in cash, they're just gonna put that in their pocket, and that's it. And so you said that people should save in cash.
So what do you
When
think
I
about
was-
having that as an additional means of saving?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good way. I don't think that should be the majority nor priority of your savings. When I was younger, I definitely used to do that, but now I do think it's kind of silly to save just in cash. Only reason is because you can have an account that bears interest. And I have two savings accounts. So I think you should have a savings account with your primary bank. For instance, I bank with Chase, and I do have a savings account there. So if I need money right away as an emergency, it'll transfer. Either I can transfer it right away to my checking, or I can take it out from my savings, whether it's at the actual bank or if I need to take it out from my ATM. Now I also have another online savings account where I can't access that right away. If I needed it right now, I couldn't access it.
You're stuck.
It may take a day or two. I mean, we do have Zelle these days, so that does transfer almost immediately, but it doesn't always. So I mean, I would recommend folks to get a higher interest bearing savings account that you could get on strictly online banks, and maybe one with your own personal bank that you can access right away. And saving at home in cash is fine, but there's no protection on it, and there's no interest on it. So I wouldn't say that should be your primary function. Huh?
Who's gonna unless protection from someone robbing you in your house? You mean?
Correct. God forbid anything happens. If the house burns down,
Don't put money in the mattress.
Not in the
No,
shoebox,
but you
bro.
really never know what could happen. I know it's safe in my bank account. One time, it said somebody withdrew from my savings account, and I was like, excuse me, I didn't make this withdrawal. And it turned out to be just some human error, and somebody typed in my savings account and took money out from the teller.
Yeah, I know that.
Mm-hmm. And
My bad.
And they gave me my money back. And Zeke got fired. No,
Damn it! Again.
That's where it all started.
Yeah. And he can never, recover from there. He's
My
been
thing
living
is-
credit card debt now.
You ruined me, Avid.
I still love you though.
No, see, I see what you're saying, and that's all true. But I always have this, crazy, apocalyptic mindset of what if all everything,
Banks go out.
all the internet goes down,
Like Y2K?
Y2K, or even just what if all the banking, all the money is just gone,
Disappeared.
poof.
That'd be great. No more debt.
And it's not everyone's account is going to be insured,
Right.
So you're not guaranteed to have all that money back. And then if, need to go like, oh, let me find some money in the shoebox, and you can start actually paying people with cash. Yeah. But this is like some movie scenario though.
Yeah. No, but I do hear you.
It's possible, but
no, but I do hear you. If the majority of my funds are locked up in the bank, which is electronic these days, like what do you do? Yeah, what is the proof? I can't withdraw it all.
I think money is the biggest scam ever.
Oh, of course, bro.
Did we talk about this on the episode? I feel like we did. Like, things are only worth what we say it's worth.
Well, I know we definitely had this conversation.
Huh?
We had this conversation.
Oh, so maybe it was only us. It wasn't on the podcast.
I think we should go back to bartering. Like, wouldn't it be good if we could just exchange things?
Yeah, like we did things for things.
I don't remember if we've had this conversation before.
I don't think all of
with
us.
With the mics on? We definitely have had this conversation.
Because there's your money. But listen, because think about it. It's whatever we give it that worth. Like, just because it says $100, it don't mean it's $100.
Yo, right? And essentially, banks, they don't have all that money. They have that money because we give it to them.
Neither do we. The country lives in $1 trillion deficit.
Yeah, Donald Trump is cash poor. What?
What?
Wow.
No, Russia's paying us.
He has a small loan of $1 million. Come on.
He got Cheeto dust on his dollars.
Bro, but nah, it's literally, this whole idea is just nonsense. Like, think about it. Oh, here's $100. You owe me this money. Da, 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 da. Like, but if you do some transaction, fine. I get it. We need something where we all can agree as a universe. Like, we should trade this, and this is the value of that. But
are only worth the value that we give them. Like, people pay whatever $50,000 for a college education because they believe that this institution is prestigious and worth that.
I went to school for less. Gotcha. Got him. We got the same job. What?
We could have went to school for free.
Some people don't even get a job and they went to college.
I'll never forget when I went to the one time I went to go see SNL. Michael Che came out on stage. He was warming up the crowd, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I dropped out of college, and now I got the same job as Colin, and Colin graduated from Harvard." So I was like, "Look at that! Look at that!"
Yeah.
If you're good, you're good.
Yeah, it's so crazy to me, and I think the bigger thing, I mean, I understand because there's language barriers and whatnot, but like euros, yens, dollars, I agree, Zeke. We need a universal system.
Yo, you know what's wild? Like, the end times, it reads that like we're gonna have like one universal government, one universal currency.
Also, let me stop.
Okay, never mind. Hold on. Backtrack this.
That's serious. Like that's how the end times is supposedly gonna
but then
be.
That's what. Bitcoin,
that's exactly what you're describing.
We're gonna have like this false sense of world peace.
And, jeez, Louise! Goodness.
And so like at that point, like the rapture would have already happened.
Oh
and,
no!
The second coming is gonna happen.
Jeez.
Yeah, it could. I don't know.
Maybe all right. Let's rewind and take all this stuff back. Then. Let's keep us American dollar.
But you could think like Bitcoin is a perfect example of that.
They tried it, yeah.
No, but it's still a thing.
It is
Cryptocurrency. It could be the future, and if it's so, it's universal.
But in theory, like our money's technically like cryptocurrency right now, though.
I mean, yeah, depending.
It's not done by blockchain.
I know, but look at it. It's all on my phone. I can just send you money if I really want to.
And sure, like when I went to Europe and I paid using a credit card, it was what's the word I'm looking for? It was the exchange rate. Like it just charged at the exchange rate, and
oh, really? Automatically?
Yeah, it does it automatically. Like if they accepted Visa, it would just change it, charge you a foreign transaction fee. My American Express doesn't charge any fees, but it would still charge me whatever the dollar amount was equivalent to. Yeah,
and the bank will like clear the fee.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
So like, there's really no need for that.
It's so
like I've paid something on like via PayPal too, with like foreign transaction, and again it changes the currency, so it's almost like it's not too necessary, but
money's money.
I did exchange money when I went to Europe. And that's a scam. Yeah, because they gave you less.
Because they get their own fee that they don't tell you about.
Yeah, exactly. From whatever
Chase had a fee. But it's the foreign exchange rate.
And the more that you exchanged for, the better rate you got. So
Exactly.
you got to do that, and it doesn't. Yeah, it's all a big scam, and it's only what we give things worth to. Like you go to the bodega, you believe that this water bottle is worth $1, so you give $1 for a water bottle, but you could buy a case for like $4.
It's like, or you go to the bodega, get $1 coffee, go to Starbucks, pay $5.
$5, right? And it's not necessarily the same coffee, but it's still coffee.
Yeah,
I agree.
We just always keep on touching on things that we've said before. Like we were talking about brands. That's exactly what a brand is. You pay for the name. You're not paying for the product.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
It blows my mind. Like how and I think we bust our humps saving the stuff, working to have the stuff to pay off debts that we have, bills.
I mean, I think
it's a false profit. It's a false profit.
I mean, I think the reason why we do it though, it's to, to give. For instance, you have a son. Like you want to make sure like he's gonna have it better than you had, and that's just like gonna be like constant.
Who said that? No, I'm just
Wow.
I want it better for me.
I want it me first. Me. No. You're right.
You ain't getting
but
nothing.
I'm just saying, like you're gonna work. You wanna work hard now, so like he'll still have to work hard, but like he'll have it a little easier. Then hopefully as generations continue and the Palat name continues.
Talking about that generational wealth.
That's what I'm saying. You want generational wealth, and generational curses will like be broken. So I think that's why you need to work. We got to work harder, really, for our family.
Nah, I feel you. Trust me. Like I wish, like, oh man, I had everything, all the money in the world. Oh, I don't have to worry about anything.
Ruled the world.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
If only. But not like it would be good, but then with that you lose that understanding of not having, like if you always have like money or whatever, you wouldn't understand the struggle and I guess not necessarily, but like the importance of having it.
Yeah, but I think
it's like you need a balance.
I think we're able to like know the worth of something once we have it, because it wasn't something that was just given to us.
Well,
like, it was something that we earned. So
us now, but like if we grew up just with the money.
Right. No, I hear what you're saying. And there's people that are privileged and they have that. And like I remember walking on the street of maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and some kid was like, "Dad, you didn't give me my allowance this week." No. He was like, "No, I gave you your $50 the other day." He was like, "No, you said you were and you didn't." And I was thinking, I was like, "Wow, how entitled and privileged this kid is."
I had that conversation.
I was like, $50. I was like, a week?
What?
For a kid? That's a lot.
What he
I
doing?
thought that was a lot.
Wait, just go to school and do your homework?
He looked like he was maybe like 12.
Bro.
Yeah, and I was like, this kid is super privileged.
That's insane, man. Ugh. Can't have that privilege.
But think that goes back to what you were saying about that other guy. Well, not that other guy. Me. And just working for your kid. His dad worked really hard for that. And he got smacked in his face by his son. Isn't that crazy?
Wait, what?
He's saying his son doesn't appreciate it.
His son fought him in the match. No, what you said that parents work hard for their children.
Yeah.
And look, he works hard for his son just to have that happen.
Oh, that gentleman. Yeah. I don't know what he did. I didn't know him. He might not have worked hard.
Whatever.
They might have silver spoons in there.
Sounds like it.
You
didn't give me my allowance.
Now.
Yo, do you remember did you guys ever have allowance?
I don't think so. But I did chores around the house.
But they didn't pay you?
They didn't pay you.
That's slavery.
My dad used to be like, you have a bed? You eat? You shower here? That's your allowance.
We need to get him back on this show.
Yeah.
We're just going to turn into a Dr. Phil episode. Well, why did you do that?
Oh my gosh. You know what I just told him? Y'all ever seen the kid? I hate you. And he hits his mom?
Which one?
The Dr. Phil episode.
There's a bunch of them. I think I've seen that on Maury. I think I've seen it on Jenny Jones.
I didn't see that one.
No.
Forget it then.
But that's
all right.
It's a white kid. He's fat. And
Which one?
Yo.
Wait, but did you have a allowance, Dempsey?
Sporadically.
Oh.
My dad, he wasn't cheap, but he did work hard, and he would only do it when he could.
So was it considered an allowance though? He would just give
It
you-
was like it started off. He would give me and one of my sisters, because we were younger. My older sister was like living her best life and whatnot.
Living my best life.
So we would he would say, okay, I'm gonna give you. He said, "Would give me $5." This is mind you, it was a different time. Things were a lot cheaper.
for sure.
He give me $5 and my sister
Chips were
10, and I was like,
cents.
she's only a few years older than me. Why she getting more? So I was like, that was a little thing for a while, and then and then at one point it would he like equaled it, so we would both be getting like 15. It was like it went up a little bit as we got older, but this was only for a few years.
Yeah,
of my life.
so my dad would sporadically give me money like that. I don't think it wasn't like an allowance per se, but he would give me money sporadic, like
I was gonna
every
say,
now and then.
Like, I'll get some cash here and there, especially like my grandmother just give me some money once in a while.
But that's different.
Yeah.
I know.
The
but I'm saying-
grandparents, that's not an allowance. That's just, papi, I love you.
Yeah. But like I would get money, but like it wasn't ever like
He's still
strictly
getting money.
He's
Don't
still
let him fool you. My man's still getting money. in the
Collecting
streets.
checks.
Right.
Sure.
Unemployment check come once in a blue moon. His son gonna be too soon.
Just send any donations to ERJR at Cash App. Would help support
This
me
is crazy.
so I can save.
Oh,
See?
I see what you
Yeah.
did.
I see what
See,
you did
for
there,
saving.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
But
right.
you can also get a
I have
job.
money in my cash app
Nah, that's too much.
saved. for
Yeah, you
you.
said, oh, all right. So that's another thing. So you confuse me a little, Avid.
Oh,
Because
Tell him.
you say you have 2 savings accounts
Tell him.
correct.
and you have a Cash App. So what's the point of a Cash App? What
Tell
do you
No,
use a
Cash
on?
App is to send money to people. I have money that people have sent me via Cash App.
Cash App is clout money.
Be quiet.
What do you
No,
mean?
Cash App is just like, oh, yo, send me, yo.
I'd rather you send me through Zelle, which is grown man Cash App.
But is Cash App connected to your bank or is it?
It is
just
connected
Yeah,
to
it's
my
to your
bank
account.
account.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need
That was
a account.
I thought it was just like an extra account.
No.
No.
Because people can get Cash App cards, right? They have their own
can't
debit
get
You
cards.
Cash App
can,
debit
yeah.
card,
You
yeah.
can turn it into like an account.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like a hood account, I feel, in my personal opinion.
So
Well, Cash App. What's it called? Venmo.
Venmo, same thing.
Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. There's another one. I'm
That's
pretty
all
sure.
I use.
PayPal. We use
PayPal. PayPal is that's more of a business one. I know a lot. Or international rather. Sorry, not business. But I know a lot of international people that use PayPal because it's more universal.
Listen, send me the money either way. I don't care. All right.
No, but I mean, I know we're winding down. Chinese food should be on here any second. So we need to talk about like. I mean, we spoke about a lot in this episode. So what do you think is the biggest takeaway from saving? Obviously, being able to buy your own stuff, but have money for the long run. But do you anticipate your saving habits changing, or do you think that the older you get and the better position in life you have, a better job, are you going to save more, save less? Because what happens when you have everything that you need?
So
Is it still necessary to save?
it's always necessary to save because you never know what emergency is going to happen. It is foolish for anyone in this world not to save, because if you're telling me that you can't afford to save, then I want to know, are you buying lunch every day? Are you buying Starbucks every day? Like, what are you doing? If you're telling me you're making lunch at home and spending $15 on a week's worth of lunch, fine. If you're telling me you're only making coffee at home, fine. But if you're telling me, oh no, I'm hanging out every other Friday, buying dinner, twice a
Starbucks,
week,
Whole
like, what are you
Foods.
doing? Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're splurging on these things, then you need to check yourself. You need to check your heart, because to me there should be no excuse not to save. Like, you never ever know what can happen. Like, life is crazy,
And I
like,
need
there
to
can
know.
be an emergency at any moment. Like, you never know.
Exactly.
So I think it's foolish not to save. And the more income you make, the more you should be putting in your 401k, and the more you should be saving. Because if you're able, let's say you're able to live, I'll give a small number. Let's say you're able to live on $100 a week, right? And now you're making, you're making like $300. You were just making $200 before, then you should be able to save $200 then.
You should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say for saving and increasing your money and all that, just save for security.
You have to.
Yeah, just like you need something just in case for that rainy day.
Especially if you have a family, like,
Yeah.
you should be saving money for your family. Or maybe if you have a pet, like if you have like
God
a
forbid,
dog or a cat,
you
they're
get
they're
sick,
essentially
the vet costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't think that's covered. Right.
I don't know what's covered with the insurance. Dempsey.
I don't have insurance through my job anyway. I get that DOE insurance. Yeah, I don't have nothing. I'm set for life.
Oh, he got that insurance though.
I got that good insurance. The only perk that comes from working with DOE. No, man, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I think it's important to save no matter what age you are. But I think that the importance of saving is not instilled as early as it should be. And I want to start. When I was younger,
start working. Save some money.
When I was younger, like my parents never told me. Like I used to get dollars and stuff, but I'm gonna buy a bag of chips or a soda in the store.
I used to do the same thing.
But I'm with my son. Like I give him coins now. He's old enough not to eat them, just in case you're wondering. But I tell him, I'm like, look, Papa, put these in. He has a little
piggy
thing.
Bank.
Put them away. He has a piggy bank. But
Where's it at?
Yeah, word.
Any dollars in there?
No,
Because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Woo! Wake up!
it
Like
makes
I gotta
zero
get it.
sense. No, he just plays with them. He puts them with his toys. He hides them. The other day I was sweeping and I found like 3 pennies. So I was like,
They're mine now.
Sucker.
got him. But yeah, it's something I totally want to instill. And me and Lisa have had this conversation too. She's talked about like a common practice now. Most parents do is they pretend to charge their kids for rent. So, but that's only when like they start working. So like when you're 15, 16,
And they save the money.
give them, give me $5, and then they put that into a savings account for them to help them save. So it's good for your kid because without them knowing, they're literally learning. They know to put that money aside when they get their check.
So
and it's all going to come back to them.
If I have a kid, I think what I'm gonna do. Some people give like cash and stuff. I think like I have children one day. I want to open an account for them. Put all that in their savings account. All that.
That's
And
good.
probably gives them probably when they like graduate college.
Another thing you guys should do: get a bond for your kid. You know,
That's true.
Great.
Bond
Get
is
a
good.
bond.
If you get them
they
like
mature.
as soon as they born.
Yeah, 10 years.
It is 10 years, right? When they mature.
Explain real fast. I know we're coming to the close of the episode. Explain real fast what a bond is for some people that don't know, like myself.
So basically, bond. If I really remember, it's been a while. Like, let's say you get a bond from the government, right?
Okay.
And let's say it's a 10% bond, or for $500.
I thought it doubles in value.
Huh?
I thought it matures and doubles in value.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I was getting to that.
Oh, you said 10%. You threw me off.
Yeah, because I know bond is a form of savings, but can you buy it and it's worth that amount, or it appreciates in value?
So let's say you buy a bond. I think that's what a $500 bond for $250. So and it's like 10 years. So you buy it, boom. By the 10 years, it should be up 500, and then that 10% interest, you get 50. So it'd be $550 when you cash it out.
Oh,
when it comes to maturity. And then if you keep holding it, it should then generate some money.
I don't know that it generates money if you keep holding it. I could be wrong.
I don't know. It's been a while. I haven't
think
took
it
finance in
maxes
years,
out.
bro.
I think it does max out.
fun fact.
So then it'd be $550 then.
The only thing I know about bonds is that in order to, like, if you're a parent and your child is an actor, it's like a law that you have to buy a bond for the child, and all the money that they make goes into that bond.
But yeah.
That's a real thing.
Okay.
To make sure that the parent doesn't reap the benefits of the child. Okay. That's the only thing that I know about bonds, so that's why.
Yeah, and it's safer than stocks because you're supposed to.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
It to appreciate. Okay. Mm-hmm. No, that's great. That's all the time that we have for today. But I think it's safe to say that when you save a little bit of money, you save yourself some trouble in the future.
Yeah,
that's good.
Basically.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. Don't forget, shake down your kid when he starts working.
Exactly.
That's a good idea. I like that. Definitely like that.
That's
idea.
what Avid
give me the $5.
Guys, just in case you didn't know, all our episodes are now on YouTube.
Correct.
Ooh, YouTube.
In addition to Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it's all in our link tree. Click on that.
Oh yeah, Linktree. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put our Cash App in there too.
Yeah, but you guys remember mine, ERJR, whenever you want.
We might add that one. Maybe we'll be generous. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments, or you want to be a part of the conversation, please make sure to hit us up at a2z.pod@gmail.com. You can also hit us up at Twitter and or Instagram. Tag us in a photo of a dollar bill.
Please.
That's a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
we do have a lot of stuff coming up. I think this is the end of our series based on money. Finance and watching your finances. That is until next tax season. Mm-hmm. We already have a couple of things planned. But we hope you did enjoy this little themed arc that we did. Yeah. And we have a lot of great content coming for you in the next couple of weeks, months, years. Stay tuned.
Lifetimes.
Yeah, lifetimes. We made a blood oath that this podcast is never going to end.
Never. We're going to record so much content that it's going to exceed past our lives.
Lifetime. Even after when all of us die mysteriously.
and live in Cuba?
We're going to have kids and name them our respective names. Dempsey already started.
Yeah. And then when you play all our episodes backwards, they reveal a secret code.
No. But that's only when the series ends.
Yeah, only. You can't do it now. You have to wait to the very end. We're so stupid.
All right, I'm cutting us off. Thank you guys so much. I'm Avid.
I'm Dempsey.
And I'm Zeke.
Enjoy your day, guys. Peace.